Hello. I'm guessing my voice is probably not as loud as always because the microphone's pointing in a different direction. Let's move that closer. Alright. Okay. Welcome back to Tokyo. Where, thanks to a slight change in the lighting today, I now look like I'm about to read you horror stories. Which I'm not. But, however, that image is great. My phone's reminding me that I need to go and give you a live stream. No, it's alright. They know. Why did I set an alarm for 5 minutes after the live stream began? I think that was a mistake. So, lots of little things to talk about with you guys today. First of all, I am going to be honest and say I am much more tired than I expected to be. It's been a much more busy week and weekend than I could have ever imagined, but in some good ways. Let's have a look and see what everyone's saying before we move into talking about music and other things. Oh yeah, one thing, I'm just going to quickly say this, just in case there's any baby metal fans here. I found a baby metal guitar is on sale at one of the idol shops in Akihabara. So if anyone desperately wants to make a bid on an official branded baby metal guitar, let me know. It's a flying V shape as well, very cool. Red and black logos, the whole lot. And again, official merchandise. I'm guessing most of you guys probably already have it if you're a baby metal fan. So, actually, talking of baby metal as well, sorry, just I didn't mean to go on a baby metal tangent, but also James has in his shop got stock of a baby metal. He refers to it as a graphic novel. Therefore, we decided that both him and I are going to do a review of it each. So that should be quite funny. So you get a review of it from the perspective of someone who knows nothing about the band, but knows a lot about comics and graphic novels and such like. And then you'll get the review from me, which is someone who doesn't know anything about comics or graphic novels, but knows about the band. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Maybe. So, okay, some nice comical jibes about the computer. Thank you. Just seeing when we get onto the comments after a seam stride. So Martin, hello Martin. Hi, signal is pretty crap here in the sticks. NGL, I'm never going on holiday again. Oh, you're on holiday. Oh my god. Should I see? I don't remember anything. Where are you? And congratulations on being on holiday, where you probably aren't able to hear what I'm even asking you anyway. Bub says, always interesting Wi-Fi and data first before traveling. Oh, always check Wi-Fi and data. It's really hard actually. This is one thing I've been saying about moving to these places, and this is something that's come up in a minute. It's really hard to know how good the Wi-Fi is going to be. You guys remember when I was traveling in December and I was in really nice places a lot of the time, and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be great, and I tried to stream and just couldn't stream. So it's interesting how that happens. Oh god, the glare of the dome, says CMC. Well, actually, because the light's coming from below, the only glare you've got is from the light on top. But it's still getting a good sunshine reflection there. Howard, the new hairstyle. Oh yeah, did I not have my hair cut last time? No, I probably didn't. So I have my hair cut since then. This is another thing that's also going to come up in the diary videos. I guess I better talk about them. But I've now got a USB charged shaver. So hair be gone. Picture Hook all hail and hearty, or hail the nail. I have no idea what that means, and yet it sounds so wonderfully musical. It sounds so nice, but I don't know what it means. Bubs, overhead lighting and underlying Howard's beard now looks like bad makeup shading. Thank you very much. Howdy or howdy, Nigerian. Not a flying V, that's a Gibson thing. I believe it's called an Arrow by ESP. Probably taking out of my arse. To be honest, it seems like you sound like you're probably right. I don't know. You know me and guitar branding. Although Guitar Andy's got a next comment, so I should read what he says. Voice sounds nice and clear. Guessing it's one of the short scale ones you emo use from time to time. Yes, it is. It's a short scale one. And voice sounding nice and clear. Thank you very much. Again, the microphone is the most expensive thing I own. So I'm glad the voice sounds clear. Some Japanese graphic novels can be very graphic. I don't think it's like that. I think we're safe from that kind of thing. Oh, hell and now it's become a thing. I don't know why, but okay, it sounds cool. Don't really need nails with cardboard though. With cardboard, it's all tape. All that Tokyo stress has caused Howard to lose his hair. Don't act like this is a revelation. There was no hair to begin with. It's just like peach fuzz. Harry, the Baby Metal graphic novel was released in 2018 during the year of hell. Having to do with the Chosen Seven. Well, I'm glad to say that means that you guys know more about it than I do, because I don't actually know what that means. But I know there's like a ton of lore around the Baby Metal things, and I think I stand a better chance of picking up on what's going on in it. James stands no chance, so his review's going to be hilarious. That will be on Back a Binge, remember. So if you're not already subbed to Back a Binge as well, that's where that'll be. I think I'll do mine on Back a Broadcast. I won't do it on Bits because it will be a review and it'll be music related. Welcome to the Shave Club, boss. Thanks. Yeah, the funny thing is this was just like, I went to the haircut place and I was just like, don't like it, just take it away. And he did. And that was a few days ago, so this has actually grown back since then. I think that the low res of the camera doesn't let you see. There is some hair there, but it's fuzz. Come watch the last live stream, says Sven. I'm sad to hear that, but glad to have you here now. Top value buzzer. Talking of top value, our beer for the day. We're back to the bar reel. Yes, I found it. Oh man. Top value buzzer. I get it. No, I'm not going to spoil that because that's part of one of the diary videos. All right, time to take a shower. Just got back from trying to drowning myself in the ocean. Again, please don't drown yourself in the shower. That would just be really ironic if you survived the ocean and then drowned in the shower. Okay, mouth closed when you wash. Bubs, good time to put in your work into your look for debut on Sexy Man Street. The nail on the wall, lad. We had to replace the bear praising with something. Oh. It's not actually a nail, it's more of a pin. It's one of those notice board pins, but he's driven it into the wall. So, you can hail the nail, but you might have to look out for the sins of the pin. Perhaps Howard can be sponsored by 10 Yen Shave Club. Alright, thanks. Alright, so the insults are coming in nice and quick. Alright. Alright, so let's get on to a little bit of talking about music and stuff. So I am... I am, first of all, with the channel, just point out on the Back a Bits thing, I was going to be uploading diary entries. I only uploaded the one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot more to do. I haven't had time to do more than that one. So apologies about the fact that there was only one went up. But I thought it was kind of a good one, kind of fun. There's some really good videos that I've done for that. I'm looking for something on my phone, don't worry. So, I think there's some really good ones that are coming up. And I am going to try and do them when I get time as soon as possible. So please do enjoy those. If you just want to see a little bit of Japanese, well, it's not like Japanese culture in a travel show kind of way. It's just, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I'm trying to take advantage of that to take in some of the funny things. Like I had a whole one which is about the much fabled Sexy Man Street. But then also I've had videos which I've recorded which are talking about the difference between city and country life in Japan, apart from just the obvious things and all kinds of stuff. So Yeah, I think there's going to be some good things there, which I think will be interesting for everyone. And I'll try to keep them short. I think they're all under 10 minutes, and they're very quick cutting. So it's the kind of stuff where you don't have to sit and watch like just one shot for ages and ages and ages. So yeah, hopefully it will be a very entertaining thing for you guys to watch. So let's have a look and see what else. Oh yeah, and so anyway, also should point out, I only did 2 videos on the main channel this week, which I'm quite impressed that I did 2 considering how much there was to do. It has been very busy with life stuff. But yeah, I'm finding time to do the videos. I thought they were very good. They didn't get quite as many views as I was hoping, but that's something else that we're going to come on to relatively soon. And on the other subject is the fact that I've got 2... I'm excited about it. I've got 2 Patreon requested reviews that I'm going to be doing next week as well. So I'm looking forward to sharing those with you guys. And then, yeah, that's hopefully that means we'll do... Well, I was supposed to do those ones this week, but hopefully that means that next week we'll maybe have... Well, not 4 reviews. There's a different video I want to publish as well, which I've been waiting for a long time to get done. So we'll probably have 3 reviews. 2 or 3 reviews next week, and then a couple of different types of videos as well. So some cool stuff. All right, let's have a look at see what everyone's saying. Bob says Sins of Pin versus All Hell in Hell. Finding a back of Civil War I can get behind. By the way, sorry about the yawning. I am actually quite tired. Perhaps GM Ivy the Howard can take Hipster Man Street by storm. His mutual Millet Po. I don't want to go anywhere near Hipster Man Street. It just sounds terrifying. Like and subscribe, people. We are not a sponsored channel. Everyone remembers the lines. Yeah, thank you as well for everyone dropping the Discord and the Patreon links, etc. Much appreciated. So that's really, really good. So I have those on there. So thank you if you haven't already. Oh, and do remember to press the like. I know so far this stream hasn't been anything, but hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting once we get into the swing of things. But if you're here, nice to press the like button. So basically, yeah, as I say, there's been a few developments on that side. Now I'll talk a little bit about the personal side of what's happening with me, obviously because you guys have been so helpful, and also because of the fact that it's going to hopefully once my moving situation is settled down, hopefully that'll lead to life stuff as well. Andy says, curious now as to which artists are being covered in the upcoming reviews. I might not spoiler the Patreon ones, but I am looking forward to having some quite different stuff, I think, in the next few reviews. I think it'd be kind of fun. So we'll see what's going to happen. We covered a lot of familiar artists recently, so it's going to be a bit of a different one. But yeah, so anyway, just in regards to live stuff, in case anyone wasn't aware, so I'm here until the 23rd, and at which point I move to the next place. The next place has now been booked, and I'm really excited about it. I booked it for a month. I only managed to get it for a month. I would have liked to get it for more. I might be able to cram a few more days onto that. Whereas at the moment I'm just in a room. I managed to get a full apartment. It's an old-fashioned one, but it's a full, like, it's got the tatami, it's got the kitchen, it's got 2 floors, although the bottom floor is really, really small. Yeah, it's a really, really nice looking little perfect to work from apartment. It was a little bit more than I was planning to pay, but I thought just for almost the psychological benefit of just having a little bit of privacy and being able to work on the videos in a space that, proper space where I could cook for myself. Plus, you save so much money from actually, doing home cooking and such, and having a proper kitchen rather than here where I'm kind of microwaving everything, which is the only thing I can do. Or sometimes using the kettle to steam things in Tupperware. It's not great. So I got that place for at least a month. Might be able to tack an extra week onto that. So that will see me through till the last week or so. Towards the end of August. Yeah, that'll see me through till towards the end of August, which is fantastic. And the good news that follows that is, and so that place is in. It's in Hirai, which is Edogawa. It's basically in the same way that, to sort of demonstrate it, the most, 'cause for me, like Akihabara, for several reasons, but you guys know Akihabara is always the place that I lived somewhere near to whenever I was in Tokyo. Akihabara, Ueno area. So for me, that is Tokyo. Um, the So both this place here, Akihabara, and Hirai, the place I'm going to, are all on the same train line. But ironically, they're both the same distance. Akihabara's in the middle, and my distance from Akihabara here is the same as it will be on the other side. However, here I'm kind of traveling across the main body of the city, so I'm in quite a built-up area. Whereas the place I'm going to be is a much more quiet residential area, hence why it's cheaper. But for me, that doesn't really matter anything. Okay, it's nice to have the really good shops on your doorstep like you do here, but for me, the most important thing is get a nice apartment, and it's the same distance from Akihabara, so effectively, that's what's really important for me. So yeah, it's near to another area, Kameido, where I spent a lot of time before as well, so I know the area well. Yeah, it's perfect. It's really perfect. I wish I could have booked it for longer. The interesting thing is, though, that'll see me through till August the 25th, and the current expectation is that my partner will be here and out of quarantine about August the 20th, maybe a few days later. So that probably I will go probably from that place directly into the New Cardboard Palace. And just to give you a little bit of a fun sense about the New Cardboard Palace, I was actually there today, like a couple of hours ago, checking out the two buildings that it could be, and they're both in very similar proximity to each other. I'm excited about it. They're small, of course they're small, but big enough for 3 people, which is what they'll need to be. And yeah, it looks genuinely like it could be a really good thing. So I don't know. I don't want to sort of put too much hope in yet, but I do feel positive that things look like they're really going in a very good direction. Sorry again about the yawning, because I've just been so busy been running around. I wasn't expecting to view the property today. That was a real last minute thing. So yeah, I've been running around everywhere I didn't expect. So anyway, there you go. That's what's going on. I'm glad we still have the same number of viewers now as we did when I first started telling that story. So that means that at least you guys tolerated listening to it. But obviously worth saying, because you guys have been so supportive about the whole moving process, and because of course it's going to make a big difference on the channel. And the minute I'm settled, I can start working more on channel stuff, so it'll give us a chance to really move forward. On top of that, I should point out, there's a couple of extra things. We are leaning in now more to getting interviews with artists. I'm really looking forward to doing some good upbeat interviews with Japanese artists obviously in Tokyo, in Japan. So we've sent out contacts to 4 artists so far who are on our radar and whose radar we are on, who hopefully will agree. See how it goes. So that's really positive. Looking forward to doing some interviews, because as much as I'm enjoying doing the reviews, and that is something I love doing. I'm always said that's very central. I love just talking about music and sharing opinions and seeing what you guys think and having that to and fro. I'm aware that the views have been kind of low recently, even on stuff where I'd expect it to be quite good. I do think it still is that thing that, when people are going for reactions, they click very quickly, but they don't click as much for reviews. So I'm trying to find ways around that, but I think also diversifying the content and doing just more broadly about utilising the fact I'm in Japan is a big thing. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's one thing we're looking for. And there's just also a lot of content stuff that's been waiting a while to really... there kind of always is with this channel. There's always ideas that we've got which we're having to put off and have to catch up to. But they're still there, so there's a lot of things that I want to get on with. So yeah, we're going to... Like I said, we're going to see some development on the channel. So that's what's really important. But the next place, I'm really excited about both the Cardboard Palace 3, but also I'm really excited about the intermediate place that I'm going to be moving to. It's kind of like a temporary cardboard garrison, more than anything. I don't know, is garrison the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to remember what that word means. But yeah, kind of like a stop-off. If anyone can think of a good word for what we're going to call it, because I'm really excited about that place. And I calculated from the stay, that means that I've got this live stream and the next live stream here, but then I'll have 5 live streams at the new place before moving to Cardboard Palace 3. So, all right, so I'll look at everyone's comment. Simply, please, if you feel pity for GMIV and his loss of policies, please press like. If, however, you are stone-hearted, please press dislike. Spencer's, there will be next week a song by Kamisai and Ayuni D, produced by Mbuna from Yorishika. I have to do a little bit of research before that one then. But yeah, that I mean, to be honest, that sounds again like something interesting. But it's always, when you hear about collaborations, you always start thinking, oh, I wonder how that's going to sound. But I think it's always best to just kind of like let them do it and hope that it's an interesting surprise. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about that until I hear it, but it sounds definitely worth checking out. And you said it's next week. That's awesome. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. I'll see if I'll probably find a premiere link somewhere. Martin, I read that as Yorkshire Sven... Oh, Yorkshire. Mbuna from Yorkshire. I must put on my glasses. Bubs, awesome news about the new place, dude. All hail to now for the glorious good news. Thank you. Yeah, press like for the new place. Shameful like baiting. Rev, will the now also make the move? It's a pin. It's not a now. Sorry, guys. That is truly the sin of the pin. I think it probably will not. I don't want to stick nails in anyone's walls. But the funny thing is, though, is that one of the things I don't know how good the Wi-Fi will be in the new place. In theory, it should be fine, but don't know yet. Cold is free incoming. We need an I Love Me interview about their favourite baked goods receipts. I will be having fun if I do get the I Love Me review. I'm sure you guys are not surprised to know they're one of the ones on the interview list. If I get the I Love Me interview, I am going to have fun with that because of the fact that obviously we have an existing train of banter between us already. Bread versus bagel. Cardboard way station. Kinda, yeah. Staying post, command post. Yeah, something like that. I wish there was something slightly more catchy. Cardboard Palace 3 this time is USB compatible. Cardboard Palace 3, Call of Cardboard. Call of Cardboard? Like Call of Cthulhu. Doesn't quite sound the same, but close enough. There's a little teaser. Uni's voice, great. There's a link to... Yeah, I don't do teasers anymore. I used to do that, but I don't anymore just because of they either don't give you any actual useful hint, like remember with Hero by Silent Siren, or they spoiler the chorus, which is the bit you're looking forward to being the big impact anyway. So I don't do teasers anymore. I saw that Alia had a teaser for their latest song. I was like, nope, not clicking on it. It's called like Nostalgia or something. I was like, I'm not clicking on it. I'm just going to wait until I hear it and enjoy it first time around. Bubs, Cardboard Palace 3, gluten-free and organic. Yeah, right. A link to the premiere. The premiere I'll definitely check. Thank you for the Discord and the Patreon links, Bubs. And big thank you to everyone on Patreon. Actually, the Patreon was massively helpful in this whole thing again. Once again, the Patreon has been so helpful in this whole process. So, yeah, then Patreon goes straight to my PayPal, and PayPal you can use on the things like Airbnb. So, like getting the extra days by using the Airbnb PayPal fund and stuff like that. Just so useful. So yeah, it's been helping me get through, and all of that contributes to allowing me to do the channel as best as possible. Cardboard Palace 3 is Top Value. Well, Top Value is the own brand of the Aeon supermarkets. Of the two places that we're trying to pick from, the one that I think we're going to go for is right outside an Aeon. So I do think there is a significant chance that we'll be getting a lot of Top Value. And even if we don't, I'll just walk there. Actually, there's a lot of Eons around, actually. Now I come to think about it, I had walked past another Eon when I was going between the two properties. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of complicated stuff between us here and getting to that point. But it's looking better and better every time. So, Cardboard Palace 3, no more nails. Dude, there was no nails, okay? I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with the pin. But it's been about the tape, man. It's always been about the tape on this channel. Gotta respect the tape. It's the tape that's been keeping this channel. And please don't try and rhyme something with tape. Okay, don't do it. In other news, Richard Branson went to space today, which I guess better Richard Branson than Elon Musk, but just what on earth? So yes. Anyway, sorry for anyone who was who didn't want spoilers on whether Richard Branson had blown up or not. Appears he has not blown up. Went to space. There you go. I'm gonna have some of this beer. I was going to say something interesting and I totally forgot what it was. I should keep notes ahead of this, shouldn't I? I should have notes for my ramblings. Let's see what was it? Cardboard Palace 3, Ducked Tales. PG friendly tape title. Ducked Tales. It's pretty good. I promised a Patreon, whatever the verb is, this month, hoping that all the big bills have slowed up to a mere flood. Look, man, I always said this from the beginning. Anyone who does the Patreon, it means more than you could possibly imagine. It really does. However, don't ever want anyone to part with any money that they can't afford to part with. I know that feeling. I know that feeling where you desperately want to do something, but you know that if you part with that money, it's going to have some bad effect on your life, or you're not going to be prepared for if you need this, that, or the other. So just, if you're on a shoestring budget, look after yourself first is the most important thing, and then anything you can give to the greater good of the channel is much appreciated. Anyone who saw the diary entry will know how we're now referencing the Patreon. I learned a lot from that walk past the Japanese Scientologists. Oh my god. Yeah, so now our Patreon, they're going to change the levels. Their levels, the more you contribute, the closer you get to knowing the truth about the space aliens who started back a broadcast. Which turns out it's just Bubbles. Bubbles came down in a little cardboard flying saucer. So it's just this little cardboard thing descending on strings. And then Bubbles sitting in the middle. That's why he doesn't look like a normal human. He's actually an alien. And then he came down and he started... sorry, no, I shouldn't be telling you this. This is when you get up to level 20. Arbitrary levels, start putting them in. Where have I still got that leaf there? I think I chucked it away as soon as I got home. I did it in the video, but... Yeah, it was the bit where they were talking... It shows a graph showing all of the negative things in a human's life. And one of them was being too critical. I thought, being critical is what I do. That's my job. I hope England loses today in the Euros final, says Sven. I don't know. Are they in the final? Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they are, because you said they are. But who are they playing against? So I can comically support that team just as a statement on how much I don't really care about football. England Euro final. Italy. Oh, Italy. Italy are fun. Italy have pasta and spaghetti, and that's the same thing. And lasagna, that's the same thing. And I got a lot of different types of pasta, and they got really awesome cars, and yeah, Italy's cool. Sure, I'm gonna support Italy. Just start reviewing opera music for the for next week. Oh yeah, there was something else I was going to review. Oh no, I already mentioned about that, don't worry. Poor mummy from Scandal's hair was recently attacked by a peroxide bottle. Yeah, she got extension and went bleached blonde. I saw connected. Reconnection successful. Jeez, give me a heart attack. Crikey. Oh, see, I can see the video up above, so I can see kind of like a delayed version of the video streaming. So yeah, I can see it was having troubles. Let me recap what I was saying a minute ago, because now that I appear to have reconnected. Yes, I thought Mammy's hair looked awesome. I thought it looked really good on her. It's weird actually. Blonde, like bleach blonde. I'm not a big fan of. I've never been that into like women with blonde hair, but I think on some Japanese girls it really does suit them. It's weird. It's good to have the right face, but some Japanese women really. I remember when obviously example I would go to is when Otsuka had it. I think she looks better with dark hair, but with blonde it really looked good on her. Just suited her face. And yeah, so with Mammy, that picture, she looked good. She looked cool. So Martin says, Mammy can stay indoors in her pajamas like everyone else in Japan recently. Must be staying off the streets for some reason. That's because I'm back. But yeah, I like the I Love Me streams are basically just a commercial for pajamas. I don't know if I've ever owned a pair of pajamas in my life. Certainly not since being an adult. I'm trying to remember, did I have pajamas when I was a kid? I don't think I did. So pajamas for me are like this weird alien concept. I don't get it. I don't even know. Where would I buy pajamas? Do you go to a normal clothes shop? The funny thing is, in Japan, almost everyone wears pajamas. It's totally just normal, but I don't. So it's always been very confusing for the majority of my ex-girlfriends. Blue Mammy equals best Mammy, says CMC. Blue Mammy equals most unique Mammy. That's the one that stands out. Everyone goes, ooh, blue. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I shouldn't really violate her privacy, but I'll just quickly mention my other half actually got a streak of blue in her hair recently. I thought it looked really cool. And then she looked at it and she's like, no, I look silly. I was like, no, you don't. You look great. There you go. Blue blonde combo. Mammy equal maximum sass. Yeah, actually, if it was blue blonde, that's like the two opposite ends of the colour spectrum. That would be quite a lot to take in visually. Might well be really cool, but I don't know. I think that's the kind of point where her hair would become more noticeable than her, and she would kind of look like she's being overpowered by her own hair. Blue blonde, crikey. I'm guessing she's already done it though, because she's done every other colour. Germany has spaghetti ice. I don't know what that is, and it doesn't sound nice. It sounds bad. Germany has a lot of good things. I don't know if I would lead with spaghetti ice. I haven't even seen it yet, but just from the title, I wouldn't lead with spaghetti ice. Germany has done better than whatever that is. So Martin says, Aqua Gorilla no longer green hair gorilla, second best gorilla. Yeah, Aqua Gorilla, she's gone back to sort of a normal colour. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, I've just got some comments coming in about a new place, actually. Washing machine needs to be outside for the closer one. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay. So apparently we've found a technical issue with the property that we're looking for. The one that we're looking at, the one that's closest to the station, one with a really good location. I don't see it particularly as a problem. But I'm just passing messages back to them. Today's been very busy because technically tomorrow morning, we really want to actually secure the property. So that's why there's been a lot of sudden. I was already busy, and then this weekend I was like, oh, I might get a day to myself. Yesterday turned out to be super busy, and I was like, today, okay, well, Sunday, that's great. I just avoid all kinds of problems. No, really busy, like property and everything. And I was like, okay, Monday's usually quite busy, but I might get a little bit of time to myself. No, that time's been taken. I've got to do a second visit to the property tomorrow. And also I have like a bunch of client stuff that's booked up where they haven't confirmed. They said they want to change schedules, but they haven't told what the schedule is. It's all crazy. So CMC says Akane aka Humrilla has shown some looks. Still best Humrilla. She I don't think she would ever look bad. She always looks cool. She's just got like I say, a lot of what makes someone look good, and this is not just an attractiveness thing, but it's just kind of applies, I think, to anyone who is, kind of anyone who's being looked at, someone who's like a musician, who's someone who's a celebrity. I think more than anything, it's just kind of the way. It sounds so stereotypical to say, but it's the way you carry yourself. It's the way your personality comes across. Yeah, I guess there's a few different ways that can be. You can either be that sort of person where you're just 100%, you're real. Everyone knows it. They see you just look real. You just look like yourself. That's the way that she comes across to me. Akane just comes across 100% real. Then you can have the person like Miku, where we know that it's kind of like she's putting it on a show, but it feels genuine. It feels like something that honestly is from her. It doesn't feel manufactured. It just feels like that's her presentation of herself. And those are kind of the good ways of being, but then obviously the negative ones are the ones who it's too fake. If they're fake, if they're for show, if they're trying to be something that they're clearly not, if they're trying to be excessively cool and fitting into a trend, those things to me are all off-putting. And I think that applies probably for a lot of people. The things that are nice are either the things where it's someone who's just totally 100% real, or someone who's just kind of constructed their own way that they want to be, and they've made it a thing and they've just lent into it. I'd love to see what you guys think. Any examples you think of, like people who present themselves in a positive, negative way. But I think the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself in your body language and your speech, that's really what makes a person either likable or even attractive. That's the real big thing. But having super cool hair doesn't hurt. Aqua blue hair, Miku, best aqua blue. Okay, that looks like it's Vietnamese. Ko Shu Nie Miku, that is. I don't get that. Sven, spaghetti ice is vanilla ice cream. Oh god, looks like spaghetti noodles, cream strawberry sauce, and white chocolate shavings. That sounds really good, actually. Why did they go for such an off-putting name? Are they trying to make sure that no one eats their? No, don't eat it. It's just us. You don't want this. It's spaghetti ice cream. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that title is such an awful title. I think that's just to put people off of it so that someone can hoard it all for themselves. CMC, you seem to feel from comments that Gakrick Spin are trying to be wacky, crazy, open. Yeah, actually, yeah, I will go back to that. I was going to do a Gakrick Spin review of their latest song. I'm not sure if I've really got enough to say to complete it. But Gakrick Spin are an interesting one because Gakrick Spin are genuine. They are genuinely crazy and fun. But what I noticed about their latest single that kind of concerned me, well, not concerned me, but I just felt it was a little bit disappointing, was, to me, I had this feeling that the craziness that they showed in the most recent video didn't really match the song. And also, it looked way too. I know videos are scripted, but the whole thing about destroying instruments. I mean, to be honest, destroying instruments is now, apart from being a total waste of instruments, it's not really crazy. It's not being crazy since what, like when it first occurred in like the late '60s. It's like this is like a 60-year-old thing. It's not shocking. It's not crazy. It's just like, oh, you're beating up instruments. All right. It doesn't come across as crazy or edgy or anything. It's just kind of a bit. I don't want to say this because basically I like Gakrick Spin and I like the fact that their on stage stuff is so crazy and I like the fact that it shocked Bubbles so much and I love that whole thing. But it felt when I was watching the video, it just felt really try hard. It's like it looked like what would happen if you got someone who doesn't really, just wants to be edgy but isn't, and that's to me that's not Gakrick Spin. To me, Gakrick Spin is actually like this powerhouse of sort of craziness, and it's genuinely fun. I mean, the whole thing, the burger outfit and stuff like that, that's genuinely just like, what on earth is going on? But nothing about that video felt that way. I thought either they should have done something genuinely crazy, or they should have just said, well, look, this song is not very crazy. It's kind of more tame than a lot of others, so let's just kind of tone it down and do a performance video or something. But no, it didn't work with me. It didn't click at all. It didn't feel like what makes Gakkaric Spin actually good. It felt like something very different. And I just thought it was kind of a bit disappointing. Song was pretty good. Not spectacular, but pretty good. I think it didn't really highlight the strength, any of the strongest moments in their catalogue from what I've heard of them, is what I would say. But it wasn't bad. The video was just kind of disappointingly tone deaf to actually. It didn't feel in keeping with their character at all, and the song was just kind of all right. So it's kind of the best I could say. It's probably why I haven't done a review of it yet. I just didn't have quite enough material to work with on that. But see, maybe if I can think of a more interesting point, I might finish that review. I've kind of got a half-written script that I don't really know how to bring together. Bubs, Gakkaric Spin are the definition of ADHD with music. This has got an ADHD quality for sure. That much it has. Sven, on the menu, there are always pictures. You look at it, it looks nice, but it's called spaghetti ice. Oh no, it's going to taste like meat sauce. I'd probably still be scared of it. CMC, I like them mad as a box of badgers on Badger Viagra and special brew with sake bomb chasers. So just badgers like walking around like this with gigantic hard-ons. Whatever works for you, CMC. I hope no one tuned in just as I was saying that. That is a pretty crazy scene, though. I'll give you that. Again, maybe if they had confetti explode out from their smashed instruments when they break. Even breaking instruments in a amusing way is that's almost been done. I mean, I can't remember who posted it. Someone posted the Hickey video where she's basically got stuff. It's just a video of stuff falling out of a hotel window, effectively, and exploding in slow-mo. So kind of destroying stuff as a general is very hard to not make look really cliche, but smashing up instruments is the most cliche of them all. I mean, apart from throwing a television out of a hotel window unironically, I can't see anything more cliche than that. And so you're just watching it, you're like, oh, that's what we're doing, is it? Okay. That money could have been spent on something more crazy. Anything more crazy. The GS video had a little more sense with the lyrics, but I get where you're coming from. Again, it's just... I think if it was me, if I was trying to... Unless the song is literally about... Because I didn't really get much of the lyrics. Unless the song is literally about smashing up instruments, and even then I wouldn't want that to be the video. I'd be like, we've got to find a different way of doing it. Whatever they're trying to express, there's got to be a better way. Because it's just like I say, it doesn't, it just didn't work for me. Bubs, and that is just a Tuesday for them, indeed. This is a genuinely crazy band. This is a band where sometimes you watch some of their stuff and just be like, what on earth is going on? That's kind of what I like about them, actually. Well, there's a few things. Musically, there's a lot of things I like about them as well, but it's the fact that there is a sort of a fun to, like, I don't know how crazy this is going to get. So when you watch something and it's disappointingly, it's like, okay, well, they were trying to be crazy, but it didn't come off crazy. That it came off as cliche. That's kind of like the worst thing for them. Other bands could survive that, but they are so good at being crazy usually that for them, that's just like, what? I can't believe it. Gakkaric Spin needed to do an E17 Stay Another Day video, says Bubs. I don't know the video for that, but I can imagine it's cringeworthy as hell. Here we go. Sorry, CMC said it's probably like most people. Bubs wants an Oriana burger. Fair enough. There's also Mickey Mouse Ice and more similar ones. I'm scared of German ice cream, is what I'm saying now. I come there for the good beer and the good meats, and I'll be cautious. I'll only eat the ice cream if they promise me it's like strawberry and vanilla or something genuinely nice. Look, don't tell me what you call it. Tell me what's actually in it. CMC. Next Gakkaric Spin video they will drive a Daihatsu Miura into a swimming pool. All right. It's a bit better. Riff says, I'd like to see a band go to smash instruments, but the instruments stay intact and they destroy everything they hit instead. That would be kind of fun. there's kind of, I don't know if you get a whole music video out of that, but I like the idea they try and smash instruments and everything they do backfires on them. So maybe an instrument where every time you try and smash it, it smashes you instead. So you hit it against the wall, and then you feel like you've been hit over the head. You can have fun with that concept. Instruments that don't break but end up injuring you in response, or like, you know, injuring something else. I want to see instruments. Oh, there we go. So Martin said it. I want to see instruments smashing up musicians at the end of the MV. There you go. There you go. Guitar Andy. I was more based around the abuse angle faced growing up as third Japanese and having to maybe conform. It was more based around the abuse angle facing growing up as one for Japanese and having to I think there's better ways to express that. I mean, the problem is it just comes, if you want to talk about sort of frustration and getting out frustration, there's a lot of ways that you can do that. Because, I mean, smashing up instruments, interestingly enough, it might seem like the natural progression of that, but actually it doesn't to me. If you're talking about growing up, because when you're growing up, you wouldn't smash up an instrument because it would be your only outlet. You would treat it, even when you were angry and you were playing it angry, and we've all been there, you play it so angry, you're breaking the strings, you've got blood coming out your fingers. You'd still be terrified of something bad happening to that instrument. So yeah, that goes more for the idea that, you know, trying to smash up the instrument, but instead it smashed up everything around you would probably be a better metaphor for that. Because growing up, that instrument would be the thing that you adore, especially if you needed an outlet. So yeah, smashing up instruments is more to me synonymous with being, well, it has to be synonymous with being carefree. Smashing up something that is your voice, that is your ability to communicate with the world, is something that you have to be rich and carefree in order to do. So I get what you mean. For me, maybe it's just being a musician. I don't know. I look at it and I can never quite take it that way. It's a cliche connected to something which is more akin to, and you know, I mean, so if someone's going to correct me, I'm sure there's someone who knows better about this than I do, but I also associate it very much with punk, or at least the roots of punk music. And of course, punk had that thing at its core where it's more about a movement than it is about the music, and that's kind of why the instruments weren't as important to them, I think, apart from everything else. It's more the pseudo social upheaval than the actual music, which was important. Punk obviously evolved into something that I enjoyed much more in various ways, but that kind of core to let's smash up our instruments. Yeah, just like I said, I know I probably sound like I'm being really twee about this. It just doesn't quite work for me on many levels. I don't think the video to me doesn't feel like I'm getting an expression of anything other than, hey, we can smash up instruments. But again, that's just totally personal. I'm not trying to. When you sort of interpret a music video, that's a very hard thing to. You can't put that as a objective thing for everyone to agree with. That's just the way it feels when I see it. But good point. Interesting. I will go back and check out the lyrics. Maybe that will help me finish the review if I do. Harry says Fozzy, Chris Jericho's band, threw a guitar. Chris Jericho. I recognise that name. I don't know why. Threw a guitar off the top of a roller coaster in their most recent. In a music video. I thought you meant literally. Jesus Christ. So they did it literally, but in a music video where it would have been safely done, I imagine. Okay. Again, wasteful, but. Points for originality there. I hope they did it properly and like strapped some like action cams to the guitar, so you get a cut guitar eye view or something. That's the sort of thing where if you're going to do something like that, an expensive thing like that, you want to get proper camera angles of everything so you can really play it properly. A lot of comments, so I'll go nice and quick. Bub says Garth Brooks used to break guitars on stage. He used second-hand ones to do it. I think we can all agree instrument smashing peaked well before that. Yeah, Garth Brooks, he just played and he went, these songs are getting boring. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm someone who I love all my instruments as second hand. Second-hand instruments are good. I understand if you're going to break them, might as well break one which is maybe old and doesn't, maybe isn't in good shape. Makes more sense, but still, it's just like, just don't do it. Unless you really express, but you can't express anything by doing it because it's so old hat. CMC. Disappointed, did not throw himself instead. Guitars are actually like I said, I can't remember who this Chris Jericho guy is, just the name rings a bell for some reason. Probably heard you guys talking about him or something like that. So exactly, it's I just love there's a lot of hate on here, but I have no idea. Bubs, Chris Jericho is a wrestler. I'm preempting your confusion. Preempting your confusion. Perfect timing. So he's a musician wrestler. Well, I guess wrestlers basically they go out into doing different kind of careers anyway. I guess anything's better than doing the career that they start with, because you hear a lot of things about how badly treated they are in that job, in all fairness, and so probably a lot of them are looking for an out. But being a rock musician who chucks your guitar off a roller coaster in a video, it's an interesting out. CMC just made the list. Being very kind in your definition of wrestler. All right, yeah. So, okay, you guys know more about this than me, which is absolutely fine. Bubs, it's his mic work skills over his wrestling skills for me, but nevertheless, always put on a good show. He was one of the few reasons to watch WCW back in the day. Fair enough. There you go. Good to hear. Discord, Patreon, Reddit, and merch links all dropped. Thank you, Bubbles. Greatly appreciated. Bubbles actually messaged me a couple of hours ago. He was like, hey, you up for a phone call? I was like, maybe a little bit later. I've got so many things going on. And then went into this stream. So Bubbles can see. This is what I'm doing right now. Oh my God. I'm probably going to fall asleep after this. I might call Bubbles after this, but I'm probably going to fall asleep. I am really tired. Rev, The Who started it. I thought it was The Who, but I kind of felt like if I say it, everyone's going to go, oh, they all think it's The Who, but it's not The Who. So it was The Who, okay. Who started it by mistake with Pete Townsend accidentally putting a guitar neck through a low ceiling. They then having to pretend it was intentional. Really? Well, they certainly lent into it. I'll give them that. Mirai, hey Mirai. I think I've only ever seen one American band smash instruments and set the drum set on fire, but it was more of a flex and to celebrate the end of the festival tour. I think you actually mentioned about it on the Discord. Yeah, I guess if you've got a lot of money, you've done a big tour, and it's a huge thing, and you've had a lot of success, and you want to celebrate by burning the instruments, there would be a tear in my eye. But I kind of can get that massive release of the energy of just like the catharsis of it's done. We've done it. It's like we don't need any of this stuff. We're not taking it home. Burn it. I wouldn't do it myself, but I can feel it. I'm going to sound really old now. I know I'm going to sound really old, but seriously, I think it's because I care so much. Really, I care about music education a lot. And actually not just music education. Music, obviously, because it's one that means a lot to me. But like education as a general, but especially education into things that are artistic, about expression. And I would just be like, if someone was burning like an instrument, I'd be like, just find a school, find any school in the nearby area and just donate it to their music department. Just donate that. There's so many schools who don't have enough instruments. You could teach kids if they had things like this. And I think, not every kid's artistic. Not every kid needs to do artistic things. But I think giving kids the chance to be artistic is just like a great thing. And giving them a chance to like sort of learn music. And I've always said this, you guys know this, learn music in a way that is actually fun. Not just a series of stupid, outdated terminologies and things. Just like, no, here's an instrument. Here's how to play it. Do you like it? It's things like that I'm thinking when I say an instrument destroyed. An instrument, actually, a really good. This is probably not. He probably didn't come up with this, but years ago, in my hometown, actually, on the edge of London, I spent a lot of time hanging out at a music studio It was like a shop slash studio. I did a lot of work there. I met a lot of artists. I did a lot of things. That was kind of around about the time I came back from America. So I was just kind of staying involved in music, but also trying to work out life and everything. And the guy who ran the music shop was an old boy, but he was a nice fella. And there was always like a group of us always around there using the studio, working with artists and everything. Before I ended up doing the same similar thing in Camden. And the old guy said, he's like, we don't really sell. And he was not like one of the, he was like the most miserable looking person you've ever seen. He was not sort of a hopeful person. But it was interesting. He said this really positive line. He's like, we don't really sell instruments. We sell people like a dream or a hope or a feeling. That's what you really sell them. This is why like half the people who get a guitar never really learn it, because it's just the dream. But then for some of them, it really motivates them. It's about giving people a tool for expression. So yeah, I look at instruments and I see this is probably one of the reasons why I like secondhand instruments, apart from being poor. It's the fact that you look at them and it's just think, yeah, that is a tool by which someone can express themselves, which is a beautiful thing. There you go. Went into that in a lot of detail. I thought that was an interesting subject. Let's see what everyone's saying. Wow, we're already off the screen. I was talking for way too long. So CMC said maybe we can convince unlucky Morpheus to break their instruments, or at least Fuki's might. Oh my god, that's so mean. So mean. I'll remember that and use it against you next time I hear something that I want to be rude about. I mean, it still seems super disrespectful to smashing instruments, but I don't think the band cared and they were already rich. Yeah, believe me, you're not smashing up your instruments unless you're either rich or stupid. CMC, Evanescence had their equipment trashed at a festival in Mexico. Their set was cancelled as some people in the crowd earlier in the day. I remember when, probably about 20 years ago, when Everclear were going to tour Australia and they cancelled it just because people were stealing like stuff from backstage, like stole instruments from backstage, and they were just like, nah, this is ridiculous. It was just they said there was just this really bad vibe of people stealing stuff. They did eventually go back actually, and they did a tour years later, but I remember they cancelled a tour because of stuff that was happening to equipment backstage. So yeah, I can imagine as a band that must be so frustrating when you worked on that and this someone trashes your stuff. Just think, I'm just here to entertain people. What the fuck is your problem? Bubs, I'm looking forward to Howard convincing the band, who should not be named, fan base to convince the band to smash their instruments. No fingerprints. Perfect crime. Yeah, I'll just like headbutt each other until they all pass out from concussion. CMC died earlier in the day. Not sure what that's in relation to. Sorry, I'm catching up. Harry, smash their instruments over each other's heads. There we go. That's a nice combination of the two. Nicely done. CMC, Detective Einyan will catch up with him. Can't escape the long arm of the squeak claw. Honky Tonk Man would sue. Okay, I'm getting really confused about some of these comments. It's really hard to pick up the context when you're going from one comment to the next, so apologies if I'm missing really obvious stuff. Shape rattle with Netbreaker. Two, many people with guitars are indeed tools. Well, I'm not sure exactly what that's following on from, but that is not an untrue statement. Bubs, Harry, yeah, Honky Tonk and Jeff Jarrett are known for smashing guitars, innovators in their own right, as they are they're wrestlers. Okay, maybe this is why I don't get what we're talking about. Let's hope that in the Evil Incarnate doesn't intervene. So yeah, I'm just getting confused about what everyone's talking about. So maybe I'm stupid, or maybe we're talking about something that I don't understand. But I'm totally off. All right, so apologies. Like I say, I am pretty shattered today, pretty knackered, pretty exhausted. I am going to go to bed after this beer. I was actually just before the stream, while I was waiting for everything to load up, I was actually falling asleep in this chair. You'd think it'd be easier to keep my head up now that there's less weight. Yeah, one of the days in the video blog thing is all about me trying to shave and get a haircut, and it was the kind of a funny one about, about how to get a shave and a haircut in Japan. So it'll be kind of fun. Plus today was insane weather, and me accidentally walking into what appeared to be a Yakuza hangout. Like, hi, wait, why has everyone got tattoos and Hawaiian shirts? Uh, I'll be going. Oh man. So thank you, Bubs, again. Discord, Patreon, Reddit, merch, all the links dropping. CMC, thank you for dropping that Reddit link as well. Yeah, we do need to. With so many things we wanted to do with the Reddit, we need to get onto that. Yeah, so much potential in there. I just need to, again, once I'm settled in, I'm going to really start hammering home some of the stuff we want to do with the channel. But this doesn't mean I can't do some of the stuff in the coming few weeks anyway. And I do think this intermediary place is going to allow me to do a lot of work on the channel that I really want to do. Please like or dislike if you are a meanie, please. Oh wow, did the like just go? Oh no, it did go up. I thought it went down as the views went down. Did the likes actually go down? No, they went up. Okay. Whew. Still, we haven't managed to get as many likes as we've got people watching, which is always sad. Because that always means that someone just didn't like this stream. Sven, good night, Howard. Thank you. Shave and haircut, 10 yen. 1,000 yen, actually. Please... Please like and subscribe. We are not sponsored and need likes and stuff. Yeah, I'll say actually. Hey guys, if you're not hating this stream or if it's providing you any entertainment at all, please feel free to press the like button. Because hey, we're not monetized here. That's why you don't see any adverts at the bottom of the screen. And of course on these live streams, because they have longer audience retention, which is a big thing in the YouTube algorithm, the likes may well be worth more. So it's a currency in its own right if you press like. Big thank you to all our patrons as always, but a massive thank you to anyone who's right here right now who doesn't mind popping in a like just to keep things going in a positive algorithmic direction. Was that good? I think that was good. I'm just gonna, from now on, I'm just gonna take that clip, cut it out, and I'll just insert that in the middle in the middle of any live stream I do in future. It's like, it's time for the speech. I can actually do that. I should do that. Oh, we lost a viewer. Perfect timing. Martin says, good night, and please put something on when you sleep. The camera hidden in the 90 pin is on 24/7. Do you know what? I am very careful to cover cameras. I know that sounds like such a paranoid thing to do. I just, I do think it's true. Cameras can be hacked. So you guys know I've got the little fisheye lens thing that I use for my phone. You pop it over the top. Actually, I've got tons of these, and it's a fisheye lens, and you can use it for your camera. But basically, what I do is, between the streams, I will just take it, and I'll clip that side over, and do that. And that's basically what my camera sees all the time before and after stream. So when I go to do the stream, usually that's the last thing I do. I press stream, and pull that off, get ready to go. So, yeah, it's weird. I do like to cover the cameras. Paranoid, I know. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, good night as well to you, Martin. Good night to everyone. I think Martin's, it's not good night. I think he was saying good night to me because I said I was tired, actually. GMVIB has been practicing all around music. Yes, it's true. Music is all about opinions. Now, I say my opinion as someone who's been working with music my entire adult life, but that does not mean that my opinion is worth more than yours. It just means that maybe I'm able to articulate some extra points. So get your opinions in the comments to all of our videos and let us know what you think, because your opinion is just as important as anyone else's, unless your name is... Oh, dear. But God loves a trier. Thanks. Oh man, Sven, I still have to eat the Yeran. Interesting. I don't know that Nihongo, but is it Yeran or Leran? I'll just take your word for it. And then Mirai said something that contains at least one kanji that I don't know, but it is a past tense verb. That much I do know. Thank you. Again, but would necked Howard increase or decrease subbed? Necked. You mean shaven neck? This is your FBI agent. Can you please put on some good songs while sleeping? That comment will just lead me to making a comment about. Oh yes, me and Bubs talk about some pretty outrageous stuff on our personal calls, and so we've been joking that we are probably being listened to on a list by now. CFC necked Howard would cause a massive upsurge, bite and vomit everywhere. Naked is what am I not getting? Naked? Oh, naked. Oh, okay. There we go. Otsukara sama deshita. Ah, that's the Otsukara sama deshita. Ah, that's how you write Otsukara. Okay. That's a very useful one to know, but it's quite a complicated kanji. I'm going to take some time to try and learn that. That's a very useful one. Although I guess you never really write that one, do you? It's more something that you say. You never really write Otsukara sama. But you say it. That still is a good one to know. Sven. Lerd, yes. Okay, Martin's made a good point, actually. I should have mentioned this before. Why you block comments on Yuko Suzuhana review? I didn't. I didn't do anything to block it. And then it was actually because I wanted to leave a pinned comment. And I went to leave a pinned comment. And then it told me, oh, no, you can't. Comments aren't allowed. I was like, what do you mean comments aren't allowed? It's my video. I'll comment on whatever the bloody hell I want. And then... yeah, it actually turned out that they were blocked. So then I unblocked it, and it blocked it again. And I unblocked it again. So if anyone's having any videos of ours where you can't leave a comment, please do let me know, because that's not the way it should be. Yes, so it is allowing comments. It is allowing comments now. But I didn't do that. So it's something ballsed up in Google again. So apologies about that. I was kind of ashamed, because that's one I wanted to be conversational. So I really hope I didn't put anyone off talking about that. Tweezers out. Otsukara sama deshita. Did you do it differently? No, you wrote the same thing. Oh, okay. I think Sven probably didn't see Mirai's comment when you wrote that. Please stop falling asleep on your keyboard. Babs. Sven. Best kanji. I don't know what that kanji is. In all fairness, it's so much more complicated than the pixels it has room to be written in, that it just looks like a square with a couple of dots cut out of it. You upset eye. YouTube overload. Logarithm sabotage. The exception is Howard has a long-standing rule that I shouldn't comment, and YouTube agrees. No, we have a well, actually, no, I'm not going to tell them a long-standing. We have a long-standing rule about Bubbles comments, but I'm not going to tell anyone what it is. I'm looking forward to when you start posting your videos, Bubbles. I'm going to have some fun with that. All right, guys, it's time for me to go. Yeah, big thank you to you all. Again, my apologies that I've been a little bit inactive. I'm trying to be on the Discord as much as possible. At least you guys know why, and you know what I'm doing. There will be a lot more of those like little blog videos going up onto the Back a Bits thing. The reason I'm not releasing them particularly quickly is because I don't want them to be something where I'm using time that I don't have and taking time away from channel stuff. So they will just come out whenever they do. But I'm doing one pretty much every day. If there's nothing interesting to say, then I won't say it. But so far, they've all been kind of intriguing, like little fun things that are day-to-day life, but actually kind of interesting. There will be more, so remember to go check out the Back a Bits channel. I'll try and let people know in the Discord when more of them come out. But yeah, they're definitely worth watching. But as I say, I don't want to take time away from the main channel, things that I really need to be focusing on. So they might be a little bit delayed in coming out, but they'll dribble out as they go. The next one, ironically, the one that I need to post next is the one that has the most editing involved, which is one of the reasons probably why I've slowed down so much. But after that, I think they're mostly easier to do. I think the next one has something like 75 cuts, so it's going to take a couple of hours to do that one probably. So yeah, I will. I'll get that done. Start moving along. The channel remains is going to be 2 Patreon reviews that I've scripted, that were mostly scripted. So they should be coming out next week. Hopefully there'll be another review as well, which will probably be the Uni D one based on what Sven was saying. And then if I got time to do a full video, there'd be one of a quite different tone, which is one I've been looking forward to doing for a while. Anyway, there you go. So let's get around to just reading the last few comments. I meant to say, like a cat running over the keyboard. Very well said, Mirai. I know that. If you can write that in hiragana, I'll be especially impressed. Seems to be well. All ciao ciao for now. Stay safe, stay calm, and listen to the Peggies. Indeed. Well played, sir. Peggies, yep. Gotta go. Miss Trick sucking all the bandwidth. Ciao ciao. All right, guys. You have a great one. See you guys. Yeah, see everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Well, you guys have yourselves a lovely morning, lunchtime, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever it is. I hope you enjoyed, for the American ones out there, I hope you enjoyed last week having your 4th of July with your barbecue and fireworks. Hope everyone was safe and had a good time. Hope everyone is having a nice time enjoying the summer. This weather is killing me. I'm a cold weather creature. Can't deal with it. And yeah, until I see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now... Wait. That's better. Ciao, ciao. Oh, it's the bog roll. Da 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 da. I'm ad-libbing this tune, but I gotta be careful, because if it already exists, I will be sued. I will be sued. It's time for me to go. Just like the bog roll. All things must come to an end. Except the bog roll. See you next time. Oh, I haven't finished the beer yet. Nothing classier than drinking the cheapest beer in Japan out of a plastic cup. It's all about the class here, people.